Welcome to Voice of Gender Studies. This channel explores global perspectives on gender studies, sociology, and psychology. Today's topic is the role of psychology in gender studies. Introduction. Psychology plays a crucial role in gender studies. It helps us understand how thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are shaped by gender identity and social expectations. Gender identity and psychology. Psychologists study how people develop a sense of being male, female, or non-binary. Early theories, such as those of Sigmund Freud, explained identity formation through childhood experiences.
Gender socialization. From early childhood, gender roles are learned through family, school, and media. Albert Bandura's social learning theory explains how children imitate gendered behaviors they observe. Gender stereotypes. Psychological research shows how stereotypes influence education, employment, and leadership. Eagley and Wood's work highlights how cultural expectations reinforce gender inequality. Cognitive psychology and gender. Cognitive psychology examines gender differences in learning, memory, and decision-making. Carol Gilligan's research on moral reasoning emphasized women's relational perspective. Emotion and gender. Psychology studies how gender influences emotional expression. Arlie Hochschild introduced the concept of emotional labor, showing how women manage feelings in workplaces. Gender and mental health. Statistical evidence reveals differences in mental health. Women face higher rates of depression and anxiety, while men experience more substance abuse. The World Health Organization reports confirm these trends. Gender dysphoria. Psychologists also study transgender experiences, where identity does not align with biological sex. The DSM-5 describes this condition as gender dysphoria. Feminist psychology challenges male-centered theories and highlights women's lived experiences. Karen Horney was a pioneer who reshaped early psychoanalysis from a feminist lens. Social psychology and gender. Social psychology explains how sexism and prejudice operate. Gordon Allport's theory of prejudice provides a framework for understanding discrimination against women and minorities. Developmental psychologists study how gender identity changes across the lifespan. Lawrence Kohlberg outlines stages of gender identity development during childhood. Workplace psychology and gender. In workplaces, psychology examines stress caused by gender discrimination, the glass ceiling effect, and challenges of balancing work and family. The Catalyst Report highlights these barriers. Intersection of psychology and gender studies. Psychology contributes scientific methods, such as surveys and experiments. Sandra Bem's gender schema theory explained how people internalize cultural ideas about masculinity and femininity. Case study stereotype threat. Claude Steele's research on stereotype threat shows that women underperform in mathematics when reminded of negative stereotypes. This proves how psychology impacts academic performance. Limitations of psychology. However, psychology sometimes exaggerates gender differences and ignores cultural context. Janet Hyde's gender similarities hypothesis argues that men and women are more alike than different. In conclusion, psychology enriches gender studies by exploring identity, stereotypes, and mental health. But the question remains, is psychology enough to explain gender inequality, or must we also include sociology and cultural studies?